There's something that's always been a really big draw to me when it comes to Assassin's Creed, and it's really kept me interested in the franchise over the years, even as it's changed for better or for worse in some cases. And I think it's something that a lot of other people are into and keeps them interested in the franchise. And it's something that is really important to look at and to appreciate because it's often not thought about how much detail is put into this. And this is about the historical accuracy of the games. Now, before you say the games aren't historically accurate, obviously they're not 100% historically accurate. But if you look in some of these pictures that I got off of Reddit, and it is from the user known as Azunyasha, if I pronounced that correctly. These pictures are from them going to Florence, Italy, and there are many other places and other pictures from different people that have been to these real-life settings that the games are based off of, and it's amazing to see how much detail are put into the games and that there are actual historians that work for Ubisoft and work with Ubisoft in order to make the games better. And it's even evident in the case that for Assassin's Creed Unity, the city of Paris and the government of the country of France, obviously, used the blueprints and the plans and renders that Ubisoft had made for Unity for the Notre Dame Cathedral whenever it caught on fire in order to help with the restoration process. And I think that's a really cool thing, and I think that it's awesome to see how much detail and effort that they put into it, because it's a little bit closer to me than a lot of other people that I know that play Assassin's Creed and other people in general, because I am majoring in history education, which means that I'm going to be a history teacher or any social studies topic. And I find it really important to learn history because it's important to see the past and where people came from and why we are the way we are today and the foundations of society. And I think that Assassin's Creed does a really good job in showing that with the amount of effort that they put into these environments to make them look as real as possible. And obviously there are liberties taken, such as in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Sparta does not have a fleet whatsoever, but it's still a really cool feature, and I think that in some cases, exchanging historical accuracy for gameplay is necessary, especially when it comes from a multi-billion-dollar franchise or multi-million-dollar franchise, whatever it is. But that's just what I had to think about it, because I had seen that post of the Florence pictures on Reddit, and I've seen pictures like that before, but it's really awesome to see that you can go to these locations and have background knowledge and information and be able to walk around them in virtual environments. And especially with the new RPG games, that's one thing that I really appreciate, and whether or not they're actual Assassin's Creed games or not has been debated up until today, and it will continue to be debated. But it's really cool to see how these environments are made and how realistic a lot of the cities and locations are, and especially with the Discovery Tour, I find it really cool and really important for people to be able to learn that, because I was even talking with the professor for a Greek and Roman religion class that I'm taking in university right now, and he himself even told me that he's playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey and he's going through the Discovery Tour, and that he finds it really beautiful and really historically accurate in the case of the buildings, the monuments, and the descriptions that they give in the Discovery Tour. So I find that to be a really cool thing and can be useful for the future of society as a whole, and in the case of Unity, it's been an important thing for the restoration process for the Notre Dame Cathedral, and there could be future projects that need to be worked on with the help of Ubisoft because of their effort that they put into those games. So that's just my take on that, and I really want to know what you guys think about the historicalness of the games, because I think they're really important to the series, and it's what draws a lot of people. And I want to know if you think the same thing, or if you're just there for like the lore, or if you're there for the certain settings specifically, like if you're only interested in Greece or Egypt or whatever setting it may be. I think that it's really important to at least acknowledge the historicalness of the series, and for you to be able to understand that it's important for other people and that it draws a lot of people in, whether or not they take certain liberties in some cases. But I want to know, like I said, what do you guys think about the franchise and what your favorite part of the series is, because you're obviously watching my videos about Assassin's Creed. So I just want to know what your favorite aspect of the series is and what keeps you playing, or what prevents you from playing in some cases, because there are things that I find to be very bad about the franchise and some things that I find to be very good about the franchise. And I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but something that I find to be really bad are the dialogue choices, because it's just turning into a regular RPG instead of memories of an ancestor, and that there shouldn't be those choices on the basis of there being glitches in an extremely advanced technology. But that's just off topic, because I think the games need to be a mix of more open world and free games and a bit more streamlined, and I think Mirage could offer that for us and could be a really good path forward. But obviously they're already developing the other games, so how much they will incorporate the changes that they are putting into Mirage is yet to be seen for those future games. But I still think that it's a really cool thing that they're doing that, and I hope that Baghdad is going to look as historically accurate as possible, and I think they'll do a pretty good job with it. I just hope that they make it look as beautiful as it was and as advanced for its time as it was, because in the time that this game takes place, the European side of the world was in the Dark Ages, basically. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, a lot of countries and cities became feudal, and the Middle Eastern region had basically prospered in science and technology. So I just want to know what you guys think about that, because I think it's really important to get the settings right, at least as much as you can, and it can be a really good learning tool for future children and societies, and especially with me with the hopes to become a teacher. I think I and myself could incorporate these games, because these games are what largely got me into learning history and then going to university to study history so that I could be a teacher with my certain career path in mind. So I really enjoy Assassin's Creed for that reason, and I think that it's important to be able to teach children what our past was like and people in general, because it just helps people understand different cultures and different languages and even different geography, and it can be useful in many different ways that a lot of people couldn't really think of until they maybe watched this video. So I want to know, like I said, what you guys think. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Subscribing is very important to me, just because it helps me grow, and I put a lot of effort into these videos, and I think I'm a bit underappreciated, if I'm being honest. So it would mean the world to me if you could. And make sure you comment what you really like about Assassin's Creed and what draws you to the games, and you can also comment what you don't like about Assassin's Creed and what you think they need to fix for the future, and I will address every comment down below. I've replied to every single comment that I see, so it's really important to me to hear the feedback from the community. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next video.